Landscaping Services. Just want to do a quick video about a couple things that we're working on this week and some things I'm working on today. I'm currently headed out to do another estimate for a new client who contacted us on yesterday via email. So I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about some things that we're doing to start off the 2018 season. These are some things that you could possibly do to see if they work for you. They work pretty well for us. Just depends on what you're doing and what your location is geared towards. For instance, today we're going to be passing out some flyers. I have a background in direct sales, background in business management, and door knocking. I'm not a cold calling type of individual, but I do have a strong background in door knocking, so I have a lot of flyers that we'll be passing out today for maybe an hour or two, maybe 3 hours. And that gives us a chance to really connect with the customers where we're currently doing business. Gives us an opportunity to meet new clients and talk to them face to face, give them a face for the company name. So basically they get our information on their door. We don't put anything in the mailbox because of course that's a federal offense. So we'll knock on the door. If nobody's home, we'll leave our postcard in the door. If somebody is home, that's a great opportunity to talk to that potential client, let them know who you are, the company that you represent, give them some information about, your company, your service in their area, your service in their subdivision. When you make it personal for them, letting them know that you are servicing their subdivision and that you currently have accounts in that subdivision, they'll feel a lot more secure about talking to you, and the tension begin to decrease, and they'll be more willing to talk to you and hold a conversation with you. So letting them know who you are, that you're servicing that subdivision, and ultimately you're not trying to sell them anything, but you want to just give them some information about your company and the services that you provide, and you want them to be able to put a face with the company name. When you do that, that kind of lets the guard down, and you're able to kind of quickly build some rapport with that potential customer. Now, they're not going to sign up on the spot, and if they do sign up on the spot, I want you to look around the yard. That's an excellent opportunity to do so. Kudos to you. But that is one way that we like to get out ahead of the season and just try to make contact with potential customers. Now, we don't leave the door without at least asking them for a name, maybe a contact phone number or email where we can send them some information about maybe discounts or promotions or specials that we're running in that particular neighborhood. So you don't want to make the customer feel like you're pressuring them for information, but just put it out there anyway. Hey, so-and-so, if you don't mind giving me your name, or can we have your name and a contact number or email, whichever you're comfortable with, so we can send you some information regarding our promotions or specials for your current subdivision or your neighborhood and community. That's one thing that we're going to do today. Another thing that we like to do is we like to send out emails to all our former clients from the previous year, thanking them for their service once again, welcoming them back as being clients in our new season. And we like to put out a thing that we call the rate lock. So that kind of puts them in the mind that, they've already at a price point that's pretty good for them last season. We want to lock them and keep that rate the same. We do understand that, gas prices fluctuate, and you want to kind of create a sense of urgency that, hey, if you guys don't lock in your price rate, your price may change by, $2 to $5 because of the fluctuation of gas prices. So if you go ahead and commit and confirm that you are going to retain our services this year, we'll lock in that price rate for you. You don't have to worry about your prices going up. That's another good way to get your former customers back and retaining their business as well. Another good opportunity to maximize your footprint and consolidate your routes as much as possible. From a company standpoint, it's very important that you try to consolidate your routes to make it more efficient in terms of fuel usage, time, because we all know that time is the most important thing when it comes to lawn care and landscaping. Time is money, and money is time. So in the areas where you're providing services, it's a good idea to target those areas first, to go ahead and try to build those markets up around your current clients. So hit the neighbors, hit the whole street, hit the whole subdivision, let them know that you're doing another thing that we call the neighborhood or the friendly neighbor discount. So if they refer 2 or 3 neighbors minimum to you, they retain services and they keep service consistently, then everybody gets a discounted price. So we may go into an area where we may have 2 homes on the street and there's 10 homes. We're going to try to get as many of those homes as we can on that particular street and drop everybody's rate to $25, $30, $35, $45, whatever numbers gel for your company. And by offering a discounted rate for everybody that's getting services in that particular community, you know, the customer's happy, number one, and ultimately number two, you're happy because you don't have to move the truck. You can get out and knock all properties out in about an hour, hour and a half, and make more money. The time and the money spent from going from one property to the next property across town, you know, you're investing a lot of money in gas and you're spending a lot of time driving. You're particularly spending more time driving than providing services. So the more you can consolidate your routes, the more you can consolidate your communities and get homes in the same community, the better for your company, the better your bottom line will be. So that's another reason why we like to get out early in the season and talk to those neighbors that we don't have, find out what they have going on, whether they're doing their own property, whether they have another, you know, lawn care company or landscaping company providing them services. That's a good time for you to get out there and figure out those questions and to see if you can come up with a solution for those questions or for those problems. So that's another good thing we like to do during this time period. Now I know some people may say, well, door-to-door knocking doesn't work, passing out flyers doesn't work. I passed out 1,000 flyers and I only got 2 phone calls. Well, at least you know your stats, you know your numbers. But the purpose of also passing out flyers and door knocking is not to just pass out your information. It's an opportunity for you to sell yourself. Most people are going to buy from people they like. They're going to do business with people they like. So couple tips for marketing and door knocking. First of all, you need to make sure if you're going out or you have a staff member that's going out representing your company, you need to make sure they have a company uniform, whether that's a jacket, whether that's a polo shirt, whether that's a button-up shirt with the company logo visible on the front, maybe a left pouch logo. If they're going to wear a cap, maybe a logo on the front of the cap. But uniform is very important to make sure your company is well represented when you're talking to customers. Also, it lets customers know that you're a legitimate company and that you have invested time and money into your company. You've invested money into your brand. So that's one key factor. The second key factor is it always helps if the person who's going out marketing or talking to these customers has a badge. You have that person present their badge when they're talking to a customer. Hey, my name is Reginald Mitchell. I'm representing Mitchell's Lawn Care Services. Show them the badge. That legitimizes your company, and it makes the customer feel more secure and safe because they're able to identify this individual by their badge, and they're able to associate that with your company. Now they're not scared to open the door and have a conversation because they're thinking they're going to get robbed. So all these things help legitimize your company and get you in the door to talking to the customer. It's just 2 tips that are going to help you, you know, get that conversation started. And I may be hitting and missing and jumping around from here to there, but I do believe all these things, when put together, can make you successful or make your marketing habits a lot better. The last thing I would say is to make sure that when you're going out, you are in a company vehicle, whether that's your logo is branded on your vehicle, your truck or car, whether you have the magnets to stick on the side of the door. You want everything to match when it comes to your brand. And this also gives the customer a sense of how professional your company is. You know, are you showing up in an old broken down truck, rust stains everywhere with no decals, no uniform on, and you're talking to a customer about choosing you for their lawn care provider? Are you serious? They're not gonna take you serious. They're gonna think that you're just some Joe Blow with a lawnmower in the back of the truck, trying to get services or trying to do this for a hobby. If you're really trying to separate yourself from the Joe Blows or the guys that's just doing this for a hobby, you're gonna have to make sure you do all these things that I, kind of spoke about to separate yourself from that competition. Yeah, their price is gonna be a lot cheaper. That's what we hear from the customers all the time. So and so is gonna charge me $25 to do my yard. Well, guess what? Joe Blow down the street isn't insured. If Joe Blow breaks a window or damages your car or the siding of your house, you won't be able to find Joe Blow. But we are insured, so that's another key component that you can market. We are an insured company. We are licensed with the county where we do business. We are licensed with the state. We are bonded. All these things will tell the customer everything they need to know about how professional you are and how serious you are about your brand and your company. Joe Blow is not going to have no insurance. Joe Blow is not going to have any uniforms. He's not going to have any decals or badges. He's just going to come and cut your yard for $25 and be gone. So you want to be able to separate yourself from these guys and these other companies by doing those things. The last thing I would probably say is make sure you're visible via social media, website. Customers need to be able to access your company. They need to be able to find you. They need to be able to refer you. If you're not on Facebook, Instagram, if you don't have a website, if you're not on Google or whatever, app that's popular in your neighborhood, like we have Nextdoor, Angie's List, Thumbtack. These are all apps that can help you gain an online presence and make it more accessible for your customers. This also legitimizes your company. This legitimizes your footprint in the lawn care and landscaping industry. So this will separate you from a lot of the competition because they're not going to invest the time and the money to make sure their image is accessible online. If you are doing or if you are creating an online presence, make sure your presence is professional. You don't need a website with a lot of videos or jumbled up images and text that don't make sense. Make sure whatever you're putting out on your Facebook, website, Instagram is always company related and not personal information. Everything that's pertaining to your company, photos of projects you've done before and after shots, photos of your staff while they're working, all this stuff is going to help influence the customer to make a decision if they're going to choose you as their provider early on in the game. Doing this will also provide you with an excellent platform to market your company, your services, your mission, what you're about. It gives you the platform to market all these things, so why not do it? The customer, normally most customers make their decision of what they're going to buy or, who they're going to do business with online. If I'm looking for a particular plumber, if I'm looking for somebody to install TVs in my home, the first place I go is online. I'm going to Google, I'm going to Facebook, I'm going to the general internet just to see who's doing it or who's providing those services in my area, what's their reviews looking like. So all that stuff is important to the customer. If you think that way, then you should automatically assume customers are going to think the same way. So if you don't have a legitimate footprint on the internet or connected via social media or some type of social outlet, then you're defeating yourself already, and the competition already has a leg up on your company or a leg up on you. So these are just a couple things I wanted to share with you guys today, and my mind is all over the place. So I wanted to at least talk to you guys for a brief moment about the things that we're doing now to try to retain our customer base and also build new clientele and maximize our route management in those communities. Thank y'all for tuning in. Stay tuned for the next video.